The galactic community is on the verge of being founded, but it may be a while yet, sadly, before our Federation is formed. Our closest allies are rather militarist, after all. Hey there, Legionist Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris Federations. In our Final Federation 2 series, we are going to stay on Speed 2 for now, and I really am going to keep an eye, as best I can, on diplomatic situations. If I can... All right, these guys are already in a Federation up here, sadly. So a Federation is already formed in some areas. We've tried to use mutual rivalries to improve the chances that we might be able to federate with, for instance, the Rock-Rockine Kingdom. But the issue, if you missed it last episode, is because they're militarist, we can't have open wars of aggression because we're pacifist. That's an opposing ethic. Militarist is the opposite of pacifist. And as a result of that, it makes it really difficult for us to be all that close. It's kind of like the Federation from Star Trek trying to reach out to the Klingons first. Now, not the best example because the Klingons were actually hostile towards the Federation for years and years, but the point is, it's not the first choice that you would have made in that particular mythos, in that particular story. But these are the choices that we have. So we're just going to see. Now, we are thankfully improving in our relations with the Natsa Authority. Interesting. Oh, yeah, this has always been negative 58. For a second, I thought it had dropped farther, but it has not. So we are also expanding as rapidly as we can. Let's see. I want to go ahead and build these 2 stations here. And locking down the rest of this arm. Because there's a lot going on here. There are lots of worlds worth colonizing. There are worlds that I can already colonize in this new area, and I should probably go ahead and do so. We have an Alpine world here that has 10 slots, and Fianita. I think this was one that I was strongly considering. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. The only issue with having this as a sector capital is that if we colonized Siluria, which is possible to do, if we colonize Siluria, there would have to be a separate capital down here. So part of me kind of wants to use one of these as a sector capital eventually, but they're small planets. I think I will just go with Fianita. Let's go ahead and colonize. And we have... Oh. Really? I'd already given the order, and the colony ship's just taking a while to get around. That was a couple episodes back. I'd forgotten that I'd designated that. And I was kind of thinking about it. Like, I feel like I'd already talked about making this a sector capital. Okay, good. So that is on the way. Yeah, I'd seen the colony ship last episode, too. I just hadn't reconnected where it was going in my mind. Good. Well then, in that case...
Research concluded.
I'm going to send you down to Everim. We need to go ahead and build that. All right, the ion thruster has been researched. That's very good news. Now we can build... Yeah, we're still working on Research Alternatives +1, and currently that researcher is busy with the cloud study. It might be time to go ahead and boost... This is super solid materials. We got this last episode, and we have a decent amount of progress toward it. Not quite a third, 30% of it, which is 1,800 of 6,000 research points. But it will improve our engineering research across the board. Is there anything else we should do first? No, let's go ahead and go for that. It's going to take 46 months, and we're going to have to mirror that choice in the other categories, of course. Something you always have to do as you're speeding up your research for the first time. I'm going to give the order for these fleets to be upgraded. Unfortunately, we can't upgrade the raiders that we found. Here we go. The birth of the galactic community. This is a historic day. Several of the galaxy's prominent spacefaring empires, including the Unified Solar Republic, have announced the creation of the galactic community. This supernatural organization will serve as a forum where matters involving the entire galaxy can be discussed and decided upon. As one of its founding members, we can take pride in this milestone of galactic history. A great day for the galaxy. Now, the galactic community is not... We have to pass a resolution. It's currently not in session, I don't believe. So we can't actually select anything from these options yet. This is one of the coolest features of this latest version of Stellaris, and now we finally have a galactic community, so we can start really getting our hands dirty when it comes to
upgrades applied.
Diplomacy. All right, the Yax-Kalak Citizen Alliance. Oh, wow. Hey, what's up, guys? Who have we met? We've got the Kemplar Polity, hegemonic imperialists. The Hantrak Triad, hegemonic imperialists. The Penthalon Polity, Militarist, xenophile, egalitarian. Military junta over here. The Kvach Syndicate. Materialist, xenophobe, egalitarian. They look like they're lithoids. And what? Wait, they're a syndicate? Ah, they're a criminal syndicate, which means they're probably going to try and put their freaking headquarters on my worlds. Those annoy me. We've got a military commissariat here, the Independent Kazam League, egalitarian, fanatic. So lots of militarist empires. We're like one of the few pacifists. Yeah, militarist, fanatic, egalitarian, military commissariat. This is the Ganvius Independent League down here. The Yaks Kalak Citizen Alliance. This is the one that just closed their borders to us, so we're going to return the favor. They are militarist, fanatic militarist, and egalitarian. Good lord. Spiritualist, fanatic militarist. What the crap? Okay, we have the Mictor Forge, Industrial Production Corps, Machine Intelligence here. Okay, and then there's a Megacorp, Ruthless Capitalists, the Raxacodium Concern. So there's two concerns. We have multiple concerns at present in our galaxy. Wow. Okay, so now it does give me the option to vote on a few things. The Senate is currently in recess, but we can go ahead and say that we support the founding of the galactic market. Buzzword standardization. Now, what this would do is our economy would have 20% more diplomatic weight. Our current diplomatic weight is 790. Looks like the Zirin Concern have far and away the most diplomatic weight. This might change once we have our own federation, but for now, we don't have a lot of diplomatic weight. Buzzword standardization would mean that that number is influenced more by the economy, but bureaucrats cost more to upkeep. And also trade value of empires would improve. So I think I do want to go ahead and support that. Then the Guardian Angels Act means that diplomatic weight from fleet power would be reduced. Defense army morale and would be improved, and army upkeep would be increased by 5%. Basically, it's saying the soldiers that dedicate their lives to keeping our planet safe should be recognized and honored. We're going to abstain from that for now. Now, none of those votes are going to go into effect yet because the Senate is currently in recess.
System survey concluded.
But we can go ahead and make choices in that regard. I'm going to build a city district here. We have so much to do. Mainly because we're waiting on influence.
Construction completed.
Given the order for you to build, to build that. We paused for a while on kind of everything happening.
Concluded.
All right, so the Kvach Syndicate has closed their borders. Let's return the favor. Now, question is, has any of this changed our situation? We need to keep an eye on diplomatic developments because anything that happens here can influence the potential for that federation to be founded as soon as possible. And I really don't want one of the other federations in the area to snag up the Rock or the Natsa. It makes so much sense, narratively speaking, for us to be in a federation with our two closest neighbors. Plus, it's just aesthetically pleasing, and I would really like to make sure that happens. We are light on influence, though, so we're not able to expand very rapidly. One thing I can do to fix that is get solid liquidity back. There we go. But then we just have to wait for influence to tick in.
Completed.
There are a couple of different ways we can earn influence, but so far the game is not giving me those in spades. Now, has that science ship gone down to get that debris yet? How much longer is it there? 90 days? We're not even going to get to that debris in time. Screw it, dude. You took way too long. Yeah, I should have built a new science ship the way I was thinking and gone down to get that debris. Okay, well, so much for that. Very frustrating. Just happened not to have... Oh, wait. I'm misreading that. It doesn't... I forgot about that. It doesn't degrade anymore. I was looking at the timer. It's going to take 90 days to research it. My bad. It used to be that debris would degrade. I don't think it actually does anymore. Old habits die hard. Am I right? Okay, so the Everim Starbase is going to be built shortly. Then we'll have some additional research coming in from that. How are we doing research-wise over here? Cloud study's still happening, but that's almost done. Be done in 2 months. City district on Avalon is almost finished. Looks like some additional... Wow, all these additional motions. The Readied Shield. The universe is a dangerous place. All right, we'll come back to that in a moment. The Void Clouds are, as far as human researchers can tell, among the oldest entities in the universe. They seem to have originated just a scant few billion years after matter as we know it first appeared. The tremendous forces of the young cosmos making something out of nothing. They would have been stars once, but were not. Explaining their apparent animal intelligence is more difficult, but the answer might lie in the abnormally strong electromagnetic fields that keep them together, another product of their primordial beginnings. It is not inconceivable that, given enough time, the circulation of its strange stardust and gravitic fields aligned in a flexible approximation of neural pathways. Moreover, the clouds seem to be receiving impulses from one another, if not outright communicating, light years apart. Quantum entanglement is suspected to play a role in this phenomenon. So, this will give us void loops as a modifier. We can either have additional damage against void clouds, or we can say humbling and get additional physics research from jobs. And I definitely want that additional research. We're going to take the peaceful approach. Thanks very much. Yeah, so there is still a timer, but there's plenty of time. It does still degrade. It just doesn't show anymore. It used to show
completed.
right there how much longer there was. Okay, I stand corrected. All right, now we're down once again on amenities here. If I build a city district, that'll solve some of the issue. Now, the issue with all these city districts that I'm building, notice that we're losing our slots. That's frustrating. Yeah, maybe I can definitely, once we have 35 pops, I can do something that'll provide more amenities, and I can convert one of these city districts to a mining district. But I'd rather continue to build mining districts. That'll help with some of the job situations. It's not going to help with the amenities. But Avalon is just growing quite rapidly. It's because of the lesser evil modifier. Remember, this is the world where we had those spores, those mushrooms that were affecting the growth of things. Okay, new tradition. So the amount we contribute towards the Federation Nov capacity counts for twice as much, or Empire trade value increased by 10%. Yes, please. More trade value for me, which means more energy income at present, because that is our trade policy.
Anomalous readings registered.
There are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock down here in Hizar. Perfect. Leave that be for now, please. We're waiting for our scientists to level up before we do too much of that stuff. All right, build those research stations, and then build the mining station, please. And it looks like we're going to be ready to incorporate Galurum, which is quite useful. Our colony ship is on the way down. Let's go ahead and order them there, because we need to expand. I want to go ahead and get these planets colonized. Also, I would like to look into that archaeological site as soon as possible. Fairly peaceful at the moment. Let's take another look here. I'm going to be checking this as often as I can remember. Yeah, it's just with these guys being hegemonic imperialists, hopefully they will have an ethical shift at some point. There's currently no way with the new diplomatic
is the key to the
features in the game to actually influence the ethics of other empires, but I think that's something that's in the pipeline. Okay, so xenobiology is probably what I need to go for here, although that tile blocker is awfully tempting. Yeah, let's go for that, because we're already improving our research speed on engineering, and we need to keep that coming. What else can I do edict-wise, if anything? Exotic gases as fuel? None of that's really important at the moment.
Concluded.
A private collector on Avalon has somehow come into ownership of an ancient precursor artifact believed to be Voltuam in origin. Despite government pressure, the collector has so far been reluctant to part with it. Everyone has a price. We'll let the collector keep it. We could say it belongs in the museum if we had enough influence, but we wouldn't use our influence for that right now, given our influence situation. So let's say everyone has a price. We're still above 5,000 energy credits, so that's fine. We're making 3.65 influence per month. Nice. Okay, so that debris is done. Amoeba breeding program, 10% progress. Regenerative hull issue, 10% progress. And society research, plus 40 points. Yay. We don't have a lot of influence to work with, so... All right, Atlantis. We still need to continue improving our civilian industries. We're not... Yeah, there's only one here, and our consumer goods situation is not that great. We already have 2 administrative offices here. We are over on Empire Sprawl again, which is going to impact, as you can see, technology cost, tradition adoption cost, and campaign cost. Ugh. Let's see.
System survey concluded.
Yep. city district will be fine
completed.
here. Whoa. Our Chancellor's reign has come to an end with her election campaign promises unfulfilled. I think Sanvi Naik just died. Damn it. All right, well, I wish I would have had more time to fix that, because I would have liked those bonus points. But we are campaigning to elect a new Chancellor, which probably means one of our scientists we're trying to level up will once again get pulled off. This has not usually happened to me this much in early games. Either that or I haven't noticed it. But it's like, man, you guys keep pulling my scientists off the ships. Stop it. It's probably because we don't have too many districts yet, so there are no governors that really like enter the front running. But we're about to have more districts. So, all right, Avalon finally has its 35th pop, which means we can do something amenity-wise. Yeah, hollow theaters. So this will provide entertainer jobs and additional amenities. Lots of amenities, in fact, to fix these issues that we've been having. So I am not only going to build hollow theaters, but I'm going to give the order to replace one of the city districts with a mining district. Terra Nova also looks like it needs some love. I think we were looking at this a moment ago, but got pulled away. We're almost to the 20th slot there. I might just do some hollow districts there, too. Why don't we build... There we go.
System survey concluded. Situation log has been
Nikolai
updated.
Ivanikov, yep, has been elected as Chancellor of the Unified Solar Republic. I'm kind of pissed off about that. Oh, wait. Maybe not. I thought Nikolai Ivanikov was one of my scientists on my science ships, but evidently, no. All right, well, maybe I'm not as annoyed then. Let's see, we have a couple of options here. We have... Let's take a look at our current researchers. Yeah, see, we can put a computing researcher, Fiona Brooks. We can hire her and put her in that slot. And then we can bring this one in, which has just a generalized bonus, Katya Romanova. So the Russians have just lost control of physics research, sadly. They had it for a while. They don't have it anymore. Missing in action. NSS Sagan returns. Why? Why? What happened? Huh. I genuinely don't know why they went missing in action. The game didn't tell me anything about an enemy encounter. Senate floor is now in session. The galactic community is now voting on a new resolution to decide if it will become galactic law. Let's have a look. So we are voting to form the galactic market. I very much doubt that we're going to have enough influence at our current size to become the hub of the galactic market. We also don't have influence to spend, so I don't think that we'll be able to do that. All right, checking the Federation requirements here. Any rivals yet? No. None. I still have only 3 envoys. Sadness. All right. Colony ship is arriving soon. Taking its sweet time, by the way. I don't know why it came all the way around. It might have been because of... Yeah, that's why it took so long. There were those ships down there when it was initially given its order, so now colony ships should make their way around a lot faster. Through hard work and experience, scientist Christian Capello has developed new skills. What skills specifically? So he's got the propulsion expertise. Good for him. And he's leveled up too, which is what we wanted him to do down here.
Construction completed.
Let's see if we assign... Christian to this. It's still 194 days. Getting better, though. Getting better. Slowly but surely. Anything that we can expand? No, there's definitely colonial systems, but nothing that we can actually expand into yet. Okay. So, any worlds with rare resources? No. None. I'm looking here. Everem 2. What about down here? Okay, there is one here. And 2 here. Dust caverns and a dust desert. Okay, so that's nice, but that's all the way the heck down here in Siluria. This new sector we're establishing up here has nothing. Like, zero zilch nada. Okay, well, why don't we go ahead and colonize... using the rock once again. I forget what we named this new colony, so I'm going to let that drop first, and we'll see. I totally forget what we named it. Alright, we need to go ahead and get that starbase built ASAP. Gonna have a bit of border gore for a while here, but I want to get down and capture these systems. I want to get them in my territory, not have to worry about them being taken by our lovely neighbors, who we're about to have border friction with for the first time. Oh boy. Prefer not to antagonize if I can help it, but we'll see. Additional housing might have to wait until we have 55 pops on Earth. I might just have to sit there and wait, because we can't build any more districts here, unfortunately. I think next month, yeah, we're only lacking 3, so in 5 days. And there it is. Build that. So it looks like our new leader requires more influence once again. Sanvi was making expansion faster, but she passed away, sadly. Rest in peace, Chancellor. Okay, so here's the NSS Sagan. Now this is a level 4 scientist, so what we could do with you... This is Leon Jiguet, so if we have you go ahead and start looking at some of these anomalies over here that are close to your level. That might be an effective use of your time. All right, so that's happening.
Survey concluded.
Economy is decent. Starting to spin up slightly. Now, because I've voted to form the galactic market... Or wait, the vote is still happening, isn't it? Yeah. So this is going to be... It's in session. And we're just going to sit on this for a while. It's going to be a long while before those votes come in.
Construction completed.
Nice.
A new world of opportunities awaits.
That's right. New Jamestown. So, let's see. Colonize you. We will use the rock. I like New Roanoke. Fitting. Let's go with that. If we're going to go with thematically that being Jamestown, because we've crossed an ocean of sorts to get to a different section of space. We're in a different arm of the galaxy as well. So didn't think about that before, but there's multiple reasons that name is metaphorically appropriate. Need to get that research station built. And I'm just keeping an eye on influence.
Concluded.
NASA authority seems to be expanding fairly rapidly. Let's see, Foreign Federation. Their acceptance seems to be improving a little bit. It might be worthwhile to go ahead and build some more ships. I don't have a ton of room for it. But if we had a second fleet of the same size... I mean, it doesn't even need to be of the same size. It could be... Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and do that. That's right. We don't even have all the destroyers represented in the other fleet. So... if we had... I'm looking at command limit. Perfect. That's actually bigger, but that's okay. It's going to take a while to build it, but having some additional fleet strength might change the diplomatic balance around us. Plus, it just makes other empires less likely to mess with us. That's kind of important. So, yeah, Earth is still lacking enough pops. So that'll take a moment to build. We only have one shipyard still, and it's building a colony ship, so that's actually going to be a while before that's done. We could expand, though, and have some additional shipyards. Now that we have researched Starholds. So, tell you what, I'm actually going to go to the shipyard. And let's cancel that order. Because I think a more worthwhile thing to do would be to go ahead and get our first Starholds built. Now, right now, we have a colony ship being built at that one, but we can go ahead and upgrade the Alpha Centauri Starhold. And we can upgrade the Sirban Starhold. That's most of my alloys. That needed to happen anyway.
Construction completed.
Excellent. Yeah. Influence is slow going at the moment. Let's see if there's anything we can do with our factions to speed it up at all. I doubt it, but we'll check. We need a new contact. We need to be federated. Hey, I'm trying, guys. I am genuinely trying. Enclaves Incorporated. Multicultural Society. Yeah. Defensive stance. Yeah, they're not happy with us anymore. The Liberty Now Foundation is very happy. So in terms of egalitarian ethos, we are very happy. And then the Council of High Technology is not happy because we are falling behind technologically.
Research concluded.
But that's in part due to the difficulty setting. I think things will continue to improve. Okay. Improved strike craft, plasteel armor, gas extraction wells. I don't think I actually have gas on any of my planets, though, do I? I don't think I do. So that's not that important yet. It's not as important as, say, space torpedoes or plasteel armor. Let's go ahead and say plasteel armor. Let's do that. And we are very close to being able to give the order for another shipyard producing, or another ship producing building. So Izar might be a good one because that'll help me colonize a lot faster. Let me see. Iostars might also be worthwhile. Sirban. Hades, perhaps? Yeah, let's let Hades be that last one. And on that note, I will go ahead and stop this episode here. In the next one, we're going to continue to play on speed 2 or 3. We have so much going on right now that I'm a little bit hesitant to step up to speed 3 at this point in the game, but we'll be thinking about moving there more consistently in the coming episodes. I would just like to keep an eye on when we might be able to federate with one of our neighbors as best we can. Unfortunately, we don't have like a very close ally in terms of our ethos, in terms of another civilization out there next to us that is like us. We have to wait for one of them to have an ethical turn, which is quite possible, especially with pops migrating freely between these two empires, which we do have migration treaties set up. So there's a migration treaty there, and there's a migration treaty here. So with our pops moving around and having those ethics, that might influence them over time, but we just have to wait for that to kick in. And then, hopefully we don't have to wait that long, but that would make it very easy to federate. And as I said, we'll just have to keep an eye on it to see when that might occur. We also have some new colonies developing. As soon as this is done, we'll be able to make a new sector here as we continue to expand in this direction, slowly bringing in influence with which to expand. There might be some additional opportunities to get lump sums of influence as we continue, but for now, it's a little slow going, but steadily making progress. And as far as the research piece as well, just to be clear, we're behind right now mainly because of being boxed in and the fact that we are playing on Commodore difficulty. As the game spins up, I think we will come into the fore on research unless something significantly hinders us, especially because we have this going on down here. Once we're able to take that stuff out and we're able to incorporate the enigmatic fortress into our territory, as well as defeat Shard and have the rubricator on hand, then things will be generally even better at that point. So we have a lot to look forward to. We just aren't nearly at the strength level where we can take those things on just yet. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.